Deputy Tommy Broughan to move for leave to introduce the bill. You move?
I move.
Agreed. Agreed. The Deputy Broughan has 5 minutes.
Thanks, Lascan. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to move this important piece of legislation, the Welfare of Greyhounds Amendment Bill 2017. The bill amends the Welfare of Greyhounds Act 2011 by introducing a new Part 4A, which provides for control of the export of greyhounds and for the publication of a white list to which the export of greyhounds under licence, a white list of countries to which the export of greyhounds under licence will only be permissible. The bill will also make it an offence for persons to export greyhounds to countries not on the white list and will provide for related matters. I'd like to thank Ms Susie Carley, the Executive Director of Dogs Trust, and her staff for their powerful advocacy and research in this bill and for bringing this matter to the attention of the legislature and the public. Dogs Trust has been in Ireland since 2005 and have rehomed over 7,000 dogs since 2009. Indeed, they rehomed almost 3,000 in 2016 alone. With the ISPCA and Board na Gun, Dogs Trust is a welfare member of the International Greyhound Forum, and in the new sections 27B of this bill and therefore of the amended 2011 bill, welfare members of the Forum will be given a statutory role in preparing draft and finalised lists for submission to the Minister, which he will declare the white list of countries which meet minimum standards with regard to the welfare of greyhounds. Last April and May, there was a public outcry when reports confirmed that 3 Irish greyhounds had been exported to Macau in China to race in the infamous Yatyuan Canondrome in Macau, which has a well-documented and deplorable record in terms of the welfare of greyhounds. Around this time, 24 greyhounds were also returned to Ireland from the UK after being stopped en route to China. There are reports, of course, that in the Canondrome, unless a greyhound finishes in the top 3 in 5 consecutive races, the dog is destroyed. In response to the public outpouring of anger at the treatment of these greyhounds, Board na Gun, the Irish Greyhound Board, issued a statement saying that Board na Gun has no control of events outside the jurisdiction of Ireland and doesn't have a role in regulating the export of greyhounds. The statement went on to say, and I quote, "While IGB does not have a statutory remit in relation to export controls for greyhounds, we expect owners to apply the principles set out in the Code of Practice when exporting greyhounds in accordance with our guidance issued to the industry." Now, when I raised the matter myself via parliamentary questions with the Minister for Agriculture, Food and Marine, Deputy Creed, I was told that in 2014 2 greyhounds were exported to China and 9 were exported in 2016. Minister Creed said that he endorses the Board na Gun advice as outlined above. But we need this matter, Lascan Corla, put on a statutory footing, as clearly some owners are choosing to ignore the advice given by Board na Gun. And of course, the reputational damage to Ireland by exporting our greyhounds to countries like China shouldn't be underestimated. I know the report of the Joint Committee on Agriculture, Food and the Marine, produced in January 2016 under Deputy Doyle, I think, which followed the examination of the Committee on the Greyhound Racing Industry in Ireland, and I welcome reports that progress has been made in implementing the 27 recommendations for the industry arising from the July 2014 Indicon report, certain matters relating to Board na Gun. I also note the proposed upcoming Greyhound Industry Amendment Bill, which will hopefully provide for amendments to both the Greyhound Industry Act 1958 and the Welfare of Greyhounds Act 2011. Given that figures provided to me via PQ reply stated that in 2015, 10,175 Irish dogs were exported from 550 registered premises, surely we can now prioritise the development of a white list of countries to ensure that if greyhounds are exported, they're only sent to countries with equal or higher welfare standards as Ireland. Besides the export of these wonderful sentient animals, greyhounds, dogs which are synonymous with Ireland, Lascan Corla, there are so many other aspects of greyhound welfare that I haven't been able to touch on, obviously, this afternoon, but that require urgent attention from Minister Creed. The Greyhound Rescue Association of Ireland reports that there are approximately 38 greyhounds being put down each month, that there are major issues around traceability of thousands of greyhounds and accountability of some owners, and just one prosecution has been brought against an individual who didn't comply with a welfare notice of Board na Gun in 2014. We need far more inspections of breeding establishments, licensing and microchipping for all greyhounds from birth, and sufficient resources provided for the rehoming of retired greyhounds. RTE's Prime Time, of course, aired the programme called Gone to the Dogs, aired on Thursday the 9th of March last, where Sharon Ní Bheoláin and her team highlighted the problems with doping and regulation, very poor regulation in the greyhound industry. The programme raised a number of very serious questions, Lascan Corla, on animal welfare, and I sincerely hope that Minister Creed will be addressing all of these issues in the upcoming bill. Of course, and we've had huge recent discussions in states like New South Wales about the whole future, indeed, of greyhound racing. And of course, 80% of the racing greyhounds on British tracks come from this country, and such is problem with doping here, that the UK government has started mandatory testing on greyhounds exported from Ireland since the 1st of January 2017. So this simple bill before us today, Laskin Corla, is a timely supplement to what I hope will be the promised upcoming good legislative improvements for the welfare of these wonderful animals, for the greyhounds in Ireland. And I urge the government to accept the bill and to make sure it's passed. Thanks, Can.
Is the bill being opposed?
No.
If the bill is not being opposed, then it's agreed. And so I call on the Deputy for leave to introduce. I would ask Deputy that the second stage be taken in private members' time.
I propose, yeah. Agreed.
Agreed? Yeah. Agreed. Now we move on to motion